You bugger, I can see you. Go on, piss off. Hey up! Welcome back. You find me again today in the heart of the Yorkshire Dales. My home county. And I think if somebody put me to sleep for, you know, put me to sleep for a few decades, then dumped me here to wake up, I'd still know exactly where I was. This is your archetypal Yorkshire Dales topography, if you like. And dry stone walls of limestone. Beautiful. Where else would you want to be? Bloody flying helmet now. Get out, you bloody thing. Help me God. Heh. It's a flyer, not a wasp, fortunately. Yeah, there it is. Ah, you bugger, I can see you. Go on, piss off. Right. KTM 890 Adventure Accessories. What have I stuck on this bike? Right, well, first thing I fitted were lower and upper crash bars. And the ones I fitted here are from a company called Adventure Spec, UK based company. So these are Adventure Spec upper and lower bars, and you get them together, you get them as a full kit. It's not like those from SW Motec where you have to buy bottom ones, and then if you want protection on the upper part of the bike, you've got to buy the upper bars as well, and they sort of link together. But I think they're about 500 quid of the job. These from Adventure Spec for the full kit are a good bit cheaper than that, near the 300 I think. I've also fitted the Adventure Spec bash plate, which is a significant upgrade on the OEM bash plate, and they come in orange and black, and I fitted the orange one here to contrast with the grey colourway of this bike, and it looks a treat. So crash bars, bash plate. So the first two accessories that I fitted were all about protection. Next, as you can probably see in front of you, Africa Twin, is the Garmin Zumo XT SatNav. Now, you can, on this TFT display here, you can, if you get the KTM My Ride on your phone, the app, you can get turn-by-turn navigation. But I think you can't beat a dedicated sat-nav, especially one like this Zumo XT, which has got a really comprehensive suite of features. So recently fitted that, and that works a treat. I mean, as soon as I get home, put the bike in the garage and switch off, the Zumo XT starts to update itself via the Wi-Fi. So you know, I don't have to worry about plugging it into your laptop and getting the latest software firmware update. So that'd be that. The top box I fitted is one I already had, and it's a Jivet Outback Trekker 48 litre top box. A cracking top box. I've got the big 50 litre one on my GSA at the moment. So all I had to buy for this was the mono key rack to fit it. So I fitted that on, so I've got a full set of luggage for touring. From a purely aesthetic point of view, I got some cheap AliExpress wheel rim decals, and I thought, for the sake of 3 or 4 quid, if they come back and they're absolutely shite, it's no big deal really. Hey, but they're good quality, really good quality. Some wheel trim decals, when you put them on, they just sort of don't do anything for the bike, and sometimes they can look like a bit 50-pence-ish, you know what I mean, both in shape and value. But these have been cracking, really set the bike off well. So accessory wise, the only other thing really is I've fitted these LED spotlights. They're not yet wired in, but again, they feel like good quality. I don't know how long they will last, but 20 quid off AliExpress, and that included postage. You know, it's worth a punt, innit? You know, you have to wait a couple of weeks for them to be delivered. But I don't know where all this bollocks about China being shut down and not knocking out these days. I've never not been able to find anything on AliExpress. So anyway, so they're fitted to the upper crash bars there. I'll wire them in at some point, but I've got to take the panels off and, you know, dick around a bit with it. So any road up, obviously there are other accessories you can get for this bike. Some sort of the big ticket items, and when I say big ticket, I mean where you're paying hundreds rather than tens of pounds or dollars or euros. So for example, like a custom seat or the KTM comfort seat, I don't feel the need for that at all. Aftermarket exhaust, yeah, I'm thinking of fitting a fuel exhaust to this. But apart from that, the only other significant expenditure, accessory wise, that I'd be investing in would be unlocking some of the additional features. Now, I don't know if you know, KTMs, every KTM you buy is the top spec one. It's just that the bottom spec one doesn't have the features enabled. So what you're paying for stuff like quick shifter or the Rally Plus or whatever they call it option, things of that nature, they're already in the bike. The gubbins, if you like, to make it happen's already in the bike. What you're paying your 200-300 quid for is to have it enabled. So all they do is plug a laptop in and press a few buttons and presto, 300 quid or whatever, depending what it is. So on this I've got the cruise control and heated grips. But I think, because I get a fair bit of arthritis in my left shoulder and my left wrist and hand, so I think the next investment will be to have the quick shifter function enabled on this bike, and that will cut down probably 80-90% of the required clutch action. So you're only going to need it setting off and stopping, basically, your clutch, or you know, low speed manoeuvring. But once you're up and running, you change up, change down, no clutch required. So I think that's like 250-300 quid. I think that's probably the next investment. But obviously that's something that that can only be enabled by a KTM dealership. So any road up, that was just a quick sort of overview of the accessories I've fitted so far and where I intend to go henceforth with this here KTM 890 Adventure. Alright, thanks for watching again. Please click like, please click subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Alright, until then, ride safe, be careful, above all be kind.